Om Namah Shivaya. Today, before we begin our journey, I want to share the why behind this page, behind this channel, behind this video. Now, in today's world, every one of us are hooked up to Instagram, Facebook, or some or the other form of communication. Now, even if you spend a few minutes on Facebook, Instagram, or any form of social media, you will find posts and videos flooded with information about Indian spirituality in abundance. Unfortunately, the truth is, much of it is confusing, half-baked, and outright false. Tantra, as we called it, especially has been reduced to sensationalization or has been feared as black magic, dark magic, kala jadoo, and all other things. Now, the purpose behind creating this channel and this videos or the series of videos which we will be producing is nothing else but to ensure that we protect the sanctity of our Sanatana Dharma. Our goal is to peel back the layers of misinformation which has been spread across the net and unveil the known and unknown facts. Most of the facts have been so much of glamorized that we will provide you. Something will be in repetitions, something will be new. So basically we will to start with the known and unknown facts of Tantra Sadhana. And this were being included by the Rishis and the Shastras. Now please mind, this is not just information. It is an actual transmission of tradition. Now, for years, I have to speak about myself. As a sadhaka, I am just a basic, simple sadhaka of Shaivism. I have sat on the vibrating ghats of Varanasi in meditative states, doing my simple sadhanas. But each one of you, do try this out. The Ganges whispers secrets of eternity. In a subtle way, only few of us will be able to understand. In the dead of the night, when you sit on a particular ghat, especially the Manikarnika ghat, amidst the scent of the wood burning along with the pyres, the marigolds producing a small and distinct flavor, you feel the presence of an unknown energy or a deity that is very terrifying, but at the same time tender. Now coming back to the main story, most people know Bhairava or Kal Bhairava as a fierce form or a Rudra or Ugra form of Lord Shiva. But please know, there is another secret facet of this Lord Shiva's consciousness. A form that reminds us that the fiercest cosmic forces can manifest even at a single point of time as a simple laughter of a child. Innocence which is loaded with cuteness. Now today in this our first discourse, we unveil the mystery of Batuk Bhairava, the eternal child of divine innocence. Now, before we begin our story, some of you might have questions like why you started with Batuk Bhairava. So in our coming episodes, we'll cover this whole story. Now coming back to our main story. The story begins, as every one of us know, when Brahma in his arrogance and pride tried to cross. Our story begins at a time of cosmic turmoil. Now the Shiva Purana tells us of a moment when Brahma, the one of the Trinity, the creator, fell in trap of Ahankar. The story we all know, both Vishnu and Brahma fell into a competition who is the greatest. Lord Shiva emerged as a linga, and then to create and destroy the false pride of Brahma, he cut his fifth head, which spoke the abyss of lies with the nail of his left finger. Now this act has threatened the balance of the universe. Lord Shiva in his fury manifested as Bhairava, as Kal Bhairava, and severed the head with a single nail. But the act left a vacuum of chaos Now this chaos, including pretas, vetalas, everyone was roaming scot-free because of this fury and imbalance. Now to protect the world, to protect the universe from this malevolent entities unleashed by this imbalance was to an Shiva became Batuk, the young one, a 5-year boy with a radiant sattvic purity. Now, as every deity appears in his forearms, even with the cutest smile, he carries the heavy symbols of the universe. Now, the first would be the trident, which symbolizes the past, present, and the future, and ensuring the three gunas, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. The dambru of cosmic rhythm, the kapala of detachment, and the pasha, most importantly, to bind our ignorance. But when you see the feet of Batuk Bhairava, you see 8 black hounds or black dogs sitting at Lord Batuk Bhairava's feet. Now, this represents the 8 cardinal directions, or you can say the Ashta Siddhis, guarding Batuk Bhairava like loyal shadows. Many manifest this as a different form of Shiva, or there are many stories. Now, if I have to come back to that another story, there is another aspect to this story also. Now, according to some Shakta tests, Tantra gave us another deeper secret. It says that Batuk Bhairava was not the creation of Lord Mahadev alone. He was a collaborative masterpiece of the Adi Shakti, the divine feminine. Now, it is in a story, there was a demon by the name of Apat. We call it nuisance, we call it embodiment of calamity. Now, this Apat threatened the Devas, Manushas, and all the 3 lokas. Now, to destroy this demon, the Mahavidyas, especially 3 Mahavidyas to be more specific, pulled in their tejas or their energy, their luminous energy. Now, like Mahakali gave her fierce compassion, Ma Tara gave the sacred thread of wisdom to Batuk Bhairava, and Ma Shodashi or Ma Tripur Sundari gave her beauty of harmony to Batuk Bhairava. Now, from this confluence of the Shakti, Adi Shakti, and the Mahavidyas, burst forth a boy of 5 years or 7 years. His skin was the color of monsoon clouds. It is described in the text that his skin was the color of monsoon clouds. He was the cutest child any mother or any human can imagine. Now, his eyes were always sparkling with mischief. Nobody could imagine that this is a child which has been born or formed with a divine play to destroy such a Asuric demon like Apat. Now, as per the rest of the story, he killed the demon with his Shaktis, and that is why he is called as Apat Uddara. The Mool mantra of Batuk Bhairava is also Apat Uddara Uddaranayaka. I cannot say the Bij mantras. He is known as Apat Uddara, the savior from perils. Now, when a sadhaka or a devotee with his true mind chants his Bij mantra, please be cautious. You are not just calling a small 5-year boy or a child who is going to come and play with you. He, of course, has the innocence. He, of course, has the beauty of a small boy. But you are invoking the collective power of the Mahavidyas. Now, this invocation will help us dissolve our deepest fears. Now, we have a question. Many of us have a question like, why does Lord Shiva prefer a form of a child? Why could not he manifest in a different form or any other avatara which could destroy the demon? Now, in Linga Purana, with representation to the story, it is said that Batuka represents pure Ananda. Ananda is nothing but pure bliss. He teaches us that the highest state or level of consciousness is not found in rigid complexity. Don't do Hatha Yoga, don't do sadhana for thousands of years, but in the effortless innocence of a child. Now, to come back to our story, in the chaos of our modern lives, Lord Batuk Bhairava is the key to enlightenment. He shows that we can hold the power of the universe while maintaining the heart of a small and innocent child, a 5-year-old who knows how to play. He wants to play with you. He wants to play in our lives. He wants to bring the joy and laughter in our joy. Now, to close this chapter, this is the first of the many truths or the known and unknown facts which we will uncover for you. in the coming episodes, in the coming scripts which will be coming out, and the other stories which we plan to come out with. You will be guided on a sattvic path. Now, if you are a sadhaka who is seeking to authenticate the path of Tantra, free from the noise of social media, myths, and all other shatkarmas and all other blabbering what is happening on the social media, I invite you to walk with us. May the Apad Uddarak protect your path. Thank you very much for your time and patience. Om Namah Shivaya.